Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking forward to all your submissions right after this class.
Hey there, kids. How are you doing? Welcome to today's class. Today is the second class of our food illustration course that we have here going on, and I am so excited to have you here with me today. Now, in the previous class, we went ahead and learned how to do some beautiful breakfast illustrations, wherein we went ahead and drew a beautiful egg. We went ahead and did some sides. We did a little bit of, leaves on the side as sort of garnishing, and we went ahead, drew the whole thing out, and then we went ahead and painted it out, and then we did a little bit of outlining. And it was a really fun and entertaining class, and like I mentioned, it was something different from what we've gone ahead and done previously. So today's class is going to be a continuation of the same course. We're going to be going ahead and focusing on another food category, which is basically going to be lunch. We're going to be focusing on a lunch as a category, and I am super excited to have you here with me today. Now, before we get started with what you need for today's class, how we can go ahead and start with the drawing, as well as how we can go ahead and start with the illustration as well. Let's talk a little bit about your certificate program, as well as a little bit about your submissions. Coming to your certificate program, like you all know, you're getting certificates for the work that you're going ahead and doing. All you have to go ahead and focus on is attending all of your classes. So if it's a 4-part course, make sure you're attending all of the 4 classes. 6-part course, 6 classes you have to attend. 8-part course, 8 classes you have to attend. So make sure you're going ahead and attending all of your classes. Second thing that you have to go ahead and make sure of is to go ahead and do all of your submissions on time. If you do that, automatically you will get a certificate right at the end. Now, coming to your submissions in general, I keep talking to you a lot about how submitting your work, being on time with your submissions, looking for progress, looking for growth in your submissions is what is important. So I hope you're going ahead and doing all of your submissions so that I as a teacher and you as a student can focus on improvement. And I hope you've been catching up on it and making sure that you're going ahead with it. Now, since we've spoken a lot about all of this, let's go ahead and get started with today's class. Like I mentioned, let's start off with the list of materials that you need. So the first thing that you need for today's class is going to be a sheet of a paper. You can go ahead and take any sheet of paper that you have with you at home. The only thing I would definitely urge you on is having a thicker sheet of paper, not having a very thin sheet of paper, because if you have a very, very thin sheet of paper, what could possibly happen is your sheet of paper might end up tearing if you add in a little bit of water and you kind of rub on it. It will end up tearing. So make sure you have have a little bit of a thicker sheet of paper. So a drawing book, journal book, sketchbook, maybe a loose drawing sheet of paper, loose sketchbook sheet of paper, all of that would work absolutely well. Just make sure you have like a good quality sheet of paper with you. That would work amazingly well. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a brush. Now you can go ahead and grab any brush you have at home. Like I mentioned in the last class, you do have a lot of brushes that come with your paint set. So if you have one of those, you can definitely go ahead and use it. Now coming to the size of the paintbrush, use whatever size you have at home. Just make sure it's comfortable for you to paint with. If it's overly big or overly small, you might have a little bit of a hard time going ahead and navigating. So just use of one that is really comfortable. I am not specifying a number, mainly because if I go ahead and specify it, your drawing might be too big or too small for it. So I'm not specifying one. Just judge your areas to what you need and work with that. The next thing that you need for today's class is going to be a set of colors. Now, in the terms of a set of colors, you can go ahead and grab whatever colors you have with you. Now, I have like a watercolor set here, and this is a set of 24. Now, I teach art, and hence I have many palettes and many colors with me sitting around. But please make sure to go ahead and use whatever is accessible to you. So if you have a paint set like this, then go ahead and grab that. If you have a tube paint in terms of watercolor, go ahead and grab that. If you have acrylic paint, the bottles or the tubes, go ahead and use that. So whatever you have, poster paints you have, go ahead and use that. So use whatever you have at home. All of them will work perfectly fine for your work. Now coming to the number of colors that you have here, you can see I have a set of 24 colors. You don't necessarily need 24 colors to work with. If you have lesser number of colors, that is absolutely fine. Even if you just have red, yellow, blue, black and white, you can go ahead and do your work as well, because I will be telling you how to mix your colors along the way. So just having those 5 colors will work absolutely well. So just have like how many other colors you have, and we'll make do with it. The next thing that you need for today's class is obviously going to be a pencil. We need a pencil to go ahead and do your illustration and drawing your illustration. So have a nice pencil with you to work with. The next thing that you need is going to be a black color marker. Now, the black color marker is basically optional. I'm going to go ahead and have a black color marker on the side in order to go ahead and do the outlining of it. Now, whenever I do the outlining, I go ahead and do it with my black paint, with my brush, but have one alongside just in case you are really uncomfortable working with, your paintbrush and doing it directly with your paintbrush. Have your black color marker. It'll help. The last thing that you can have by you is going to be a scale. Now, if you want to have a scale by you, have it by all means. If you don't want one, that's completely all right. This is just to be there on the side if you need any guidance in terms of outlining. Now let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what we are drawing today. Now, like I mentioned, we're going to be going ahead and drawing lunch today. So what I decided for lunch is I want to go ahead and draw an illustration that is something closer to home. So I decided to go ahead and draw 2 chapatis, a bowl of rice, a bowl of dal, a bowl of curd, and some vegetables, like a saute, platter of vegetables all around the side. So I'm going to be going ahead and drawing really easy illustrations. So go ahead and go by me and go along with me. If you want to go ahead and add or delete any of the things, please go ahead and do so. By all means, you can go ahead and do it the way you like. Be comfortable as much as possible. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and just draw a simple bowl. Now this is going to be my first bowl, which is going to be my bowl of rice. Now this is going to be the largest bowl that I have here with me. Now for the bowl, I went ahead and did an oval on top, and then I went ahead and did a semicircle at the bottom. Excellent. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Perfect. Awesome. Next thing that I want you to do, go ahead and draw the rice in your bowl. And then I'm going ahead and drawing sort of like a curve coming out like that. And that's going to be basically my spoon or my serving spoon for my bowl of rice. Perfect. Really well done. Excellent job. You're doing amazing. Good work. Awesome. Perfect. All right. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw my chapatis. Now, for my chapatis, I'm basically just going ahead and drawing two semicircles. Now, you can go ahead and draw them all close together, or you can go ahead them and draw them like separately away from each other. What I decided to do was draw one big semicircle and then just draw a little bit of a part of the next, semicircle in order to make it look like, one is on top of the other. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. You're doing such a good job. Perfect. Great. Next thing that I want to go ahead and draw is another bowl. Now, this is going to be my smaller bowls. Now, you can go ahead and pick whatever you like. I'm doing a bowl of dal, and I'm going to be going ahead and doing a bowl of curd. So I'm drawing two bowls again with two spoons. I'm drawing them a lot smaller than my bowl of rice. Perfect. Awesome. Really well done. Good job. Really well done, everybody. Perfect. Excellent work. Great. All right. Now, the next thing that I want to do is I want to draw my assortment of veggies. Now, instead of going ahead and drawing really the shape of the vegetable, I just decided to go ahead and do just, grains of this sort because it makes the illustration easier. So I'm going to go ahead and draw three sets like this. I want there to be three vegetable sections on my plate or my platter today. So I'm going ahead and drawing three sections. If you want to go ahead and sort of add shape to it, you can go ahead and do so. But in general, whatever, you go ahead and eat in terms of Indian vegetables, we normally have like cut sabji. So, I just decided to go ahead and do smaller bits like this. And depending on the paint we go ahead and use, it'll define what vegetable it is. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. Good work. Now, this is basically the end of our illustration in terms of the drawing. We've gone ahead and finished up with the drawing bit of it. After this, we just have to go ahead and start painting it out. So at this point of time, if you feel like you want to go ahead and add something more to your plate, please go ahead and do so. I'm going to wait here for a couple of seconds. If also on the side you've gone ahead and made any mistakes and you want to go ahead and correct it out, then please go ahead and correct it out by all means. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So I think everybody's ready to go. So we can go ahead and get started with the painting part of it. Now, as I go ahead with my painting, I'm going to keep telling you how to mix up your colors if you do not have your colors. So pay close attention to it. If you want, you can go ahead and also write it down on the side so that you can go ahead and use it for your future illustration. So make sure you just go ahead and have like, a keen, ear to what I'm saying in terms of your colors. Now, the first thing that I want to go ahead and paint is going to be my roti. So for this, I'm going ahead and taking a really light brown. Now, to go ahead and get your light brown color, go ahead and take a little bit of green and take a little bit of red. And if you mix those two up, you will automatically get brown. Now, what if you don't have green and you just have red? Then just go ahead and take a little bit of yellow, take a little bit of blue, and then take a little bit of red, and automatically you will get a beautiful brown color. Now, as you can see, my roti's brown color is a little lighter. So you can go ahead and achieve that by two ways. One is you can go ahead and add a lot of water to your color. Automatically, you will end up having a lighter brown. If you do not have, like, you do not want to go ahead and add in water, for example, it's acrylic paint and adding water will not dilute it down, then you can go ahead and add in a little bit of white. Automatically, you'll end up getting a beautiful light brown. Perfect. Awesome work, everybody. Good job. Really well done. Excellent work. You're doing so good. Perfect. Awesome. Awesome. All right, great, excellent. Everybody's done such an amazing job. So good, everybody. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next one, which is going to be my dal. I wanted to go ahead and be sort of like a very orangey yellow dal that I have right there. So I'm just going ahead and adding the top part of my dal right there with a little bit of orange. If you don't have orange, you can obviously go ahead and add in a little bit of yellow. It would be your yellow dal. But if you want to go ahead and add in orange, then you can go ahead and take a little bit of red and take a little bit of yellow. If you do not have orange, and mix it up. If you add in more yellow, you'll end up getting a lighter orange. If you add in more red, you'll end up getting a darker orange. Perfect. Awesome. Excellent work. Good job. Awesome work, everybody. Good work. Great. All right. Next. Now I want to go ahead and add in a little bit of a darker brown to my rotis to give a little bit more color. So what I'm doing is I've gone ahead and just taken the same color but with a little less water, and automatically I've gone ahead and gotten a little bit of a darker brown. Now if you have the pre-made brown, then you can just go ahead and add in a little bit of black and your brown will automatically get a little darker, or you can go ahead and add in a little bit of red and you'll end up getting a little bit of a darker brown, which has a little bit of a reddish tinge to it. Perfect. Good work. Awesome job. Doing so well. Excellent work, everybody. Really well done. Perfect. So next, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of yellow and I'm going to start coloring my sabjis in. Now for your sabji, obviously you can go ahead and add in whatever colors you like depending on the sabjis you have. I decided to go ahead with yellow because I just wanted this to be like a really, really nice corn sabji. So I went ahead and did like a really bright yellow for the first one. Perfect. Awesome. Really well done. Good job. Awesome. Now for the next sabji, I wanted it to be beetroot. So I took a really, really nice deep pinkish red color and I went ahead and did it on top over there. And that's my beetroot sabji right there. Perfect. Awesome job, everybody. Really well done. Good work. Excellent. Really well done. Awesome, awesome job. So happy with your work. Perfect. Next, I'm going ahead and taking a little bit of green. I want this to be beans. You can also consider it to be capsicum or spinach or whatever you want to go ahead and consider it as. That's the next color I went ahead and did for my third sabji. Perfect. Awesome job, everybody. Really well done. Excellent work. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now this has sort of come to the end of the painting in terms of color. Now we're going to be going ahead and just outlining the whole thing. Now when it comes to our bowls as well as it comes to the cutlery, I wanted to go ahead and actually outline it with black and then fill it in with color. Now you can go ahead and decide whether you want to go ahead and add in color at this point of time or not. I went ahead and then later added in a little bit of a red to my dal bowl as well as black for my rice bowl, and I did blue for my curd bowl. So these are the colors I went ahead and added in, but I first go ahead and do the outline and then add in the color. So if you're going to go ahead and start the outlining bit with me, you can go ahead and switch over to your sketch pen if you want at this point of time. If you're comfortable going ahead and doing it with your black, paint, like how I will be doing it with a paintbrush, then you can go ahead and do so with the black paint by all means. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'm just going ahead and taking my black paint and I'm starting to go ahead and do my outline. Now, when you're doing your outline, always make sure to go ahead and take your time in doing the outline. Be really, really patient, be really, really calm. Do it as slowly and neatly as you can. That will give you a really, really nice and pretty result. If you kind of rush into it, what will happen is your drawing can get a little dirty and you can go ahead and mess up a little bit. So make sure you're doing it very comfortably, you're not rushing into it. Perfect. Really well done. If at any point of time you feel like you're having a hard time going ahead and doing it directly with the paintbrush, always give yourself that option of switching over to a black color marker at any point of time. Give yourself that space. Perfect. Really well done. Awesome job, everybody. You're doing so well. Perfect. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Excellent work. Perfect. Really well done. Take it slow. Don't rush into it at any point of time. Excellent work, everybody. You're doing so well. Awesome. So happy with how you're going ahead and doing, everybody. Really well done. Now I have my last poll to go ahead and do. Awesome. Awesome. Really well done, everybody. Perfect. Now, like I mentioned, at this point of time, I'm going to be going ahead and adding in colors to my bowl. Since I was going ahead and doing the black outline, I decided to go ahead and paint the rice bowl black as well. Now, if you're going ahead and still outlining, please go ahead and take your time to go ahead and outline. Please don't rush into the fact that, oh, I've started outlining, so you also have to go ahead and start outlining. Take your time. Don't worry about it. Perfect. I'm also going ahead and doing my other bowl. So I finished that with my black. So now I'm doing blue on the other side. And I'm also going to go ahead and do the other bowl on top, which is going to be a little bit of a red color. Perfect. Excellent job, everybody. You're doing so well. Now, as you can see, I've gone ahead and finished up all of my bowls. If you have this pending, please go ahead and do this right now. I'm just going to be waiting for you. Now, while you're doing this, I also have one last step that I went ahead and added in. I'm just going to explain it to you. This is going to be optional. If you remember from our last class, I also went ahead and added like a garnish of coriander leaves onto my page. And I felt like it gives a very, very good look. So that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do for this sheet as well. I'm going to be going ahead and adding in blobs of green. And then I'm going to be going ahead and giving it sort of like a leaf outline with the center, stem. Now, this part, like I mentioned, is very, very optional. If you want to go ahead and do it, you can go ahead and do it by all means. If you feel, no, I do not want to go ahead and do this, then you can completely skip on it. This is completely up to you if you want to do it or if you do not want to go ahead and do it. I'm going to be going ahead and doing this right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with it. If you feel you do not want to do it, please don't go ahead and do it. It's completely up to you. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. Good job. Excellent work. So you can see I finished with my green and I'm now going ahead and doing the outline of it as well. Perfect. Really well done, everybody. You're doing so well. Excellent, excellent job. All right, now I've come to the end of my illustration right here, and we have almost come to the end of the class. So you can go ahead and have a look at what I've done here. If you've gone ahead and finished with me, great. I am so proud of you. If you have not gone ahead and finished, don't worry about it. You can go ahead and take a snapshot of this, or you can go ahead and just mark out the colors that if you're going ahead and following exactly the colors I'm doing. If you're not, then you can just go ahead, have a look, and be decisive about whether you want to add or any subtract anything from my illustration as well. I'm just going to wait for a second, making sure you've gone ahead and done this. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Excellent work, everybody. You've gone ahead and done such an amazing job. I am so happy with how you've gone ahead and done today. Really, really, really well done. Now, coming to your submission for today, if you've gone ahead and finished up your work with me in class, go ahead and immediately click a picture, upload it, and automatically submission will be done. If you haven't gone ahead and finished it, please go ahead and finish up your outlining or filling up of color, whichever you have left to go ahead and do. Finish it up, then click a picture and upload it, and that will be your submission for the day. Now, if you want to go ahead and get your certificate, like I always tell you, make sure to attend all of your classes and make sure you've gone ahead and done all of your submissions. It is very important, and automatically you will get your certificate at the end of this course. Apart from this, I always urge you on one thing: do your submissions irrespective of how you've gone ahead and done. It is so important, as a teacher and as a student, to focus on improvement. So go ahead and please, please, please do your submissions on time so that you go ahead and see the improvement, see the growth, and I as a teacher as well see the improvement and see the growth. Thank you so much for attending today's class. In the next week, we're going to go ahead and do the same class. We're going to be going ahead and doing snack time. So make sure you go ahead and attend that class as well. And I will see you then. Till then, have a great day and a great week ahead. And have a look at the submission video now. Bye.
Hi everyone, we are excited to have you here in today's fun-filled learning session at Uolo. Here is a quick look at how you can submit your work after the class. As a first step, go to live.uolo.com. You can use any browser to access this site. On this page, you will see a list of all our classes. Scroll down and you can see the Submit Your Work button. And then you will see a list of the classes that you've last attended, which could, for example, show the dance or craft or science experiment classes you've attended recently. Next, it will show you the list of children whose names are registered in this mobile number. Choose your name from this list to submit your work. For instance, if you are Satvik Kumar, choose that name. And then choose the class for which you would like to make your submission. For example, if you've attended the New Year's Masquerade Party session and you'd like to make the submission for this class, click on the Submit Your Work button below that. And then upload the photo you've taken. Choose the image from your phone and click Submit. You can scroll down and view all your past submissions and see how many of your friends or peers have liked your work. You can also see others' work and like their work to inspire your friends. If you want to showcase your work on social media, that too is very simple. Click on Share, copy the link, and post it on Instagram or Facebook or any other platform of your choice. Just a tiny reminder, your submission looks a lot better if you could click a photo in the landscape mode rather than the portrait mode. Do not forget to tag us at YOLO_app. I'm eagerly looking